Salut, bonjour, and welcome back. So I used to play regular golf religiously. I played it 3 to 4 times a week. I was always at the golf course and I simply couldn't get enough. It was honestly my true love. But over the past 5 years, I don't know, things have slowly changed. And my passion for golf shifted to disc golf, something I always played as a secondary sport. Now, disc golf is all I play, and I've had some time to reflect as to the reasons why things have changed so drastically. So here are 5 reasons why disc golf is simply better than regular golf, why I switched, and why you should too. Reason number 1, the most obvious one, would be cost, and I really don't need to be telling you guys this one. Courses to memberships to golf equipment, so the balls, the tees, the clubs, the shoes, the hats, it really just never seems to end. For instance, one of these irons, $150. One of these putters, $150. A driver, $400 to $600. A hybrid, $200. I mean, the costs are just always so extreme. Now let's look at disc golf costs. For a disc, how much is it? You guys know, about $20. That's it. Do you need many discs? No, you can really just have one. Now let's talk about courses. What do you gotta pay? Most of the time it is $0 to play most courses, depending. There are a few that charge 10 to 15, really nothing in comparison to regular golf. Reason number 2 would be time commitment. Now with regular golf, it takes 4 to 5 hours just to play a round, especially if the course is backed up with a whole bunch of people who can't play the game. And guess what? Most courses are always backed up because it's such a difficult game and a lot of people just take their sweet time. So you're often just sitting there waiting, and we know what that does to your game when you're just sitting there waiting. Now with disc golf, it's an hour to an hour and a half, and you often have nobody in front of you. And if you do, they usually let you pass through. Let's talk about the time it takes to practice to maintain any kind of good score, any kind of good average. With regular golf, I would be 3 to 4 times a week out there trying to maintain that 4 handicap. Now with disc golf, I simply go 3 to 4 times a month and I can still shoot under par. So it doesn't take as much time to play disc golf and to maintain a good disc golf score compared to regular golf. Reason number 3, the flight of the object, and I know opinions are going to differ on this one, but I find it much more interesting to see what can happen to a disc. The different shot types, the wind influence, the disc characteristics, the different colors, the size, all make for much more interesting flights to view. Whereas with a golf ball, it's a lot simpler. It's white, it goes left, it goes right, high, low, maybe a little bit of a spin back, but that's pretty much it. Not to mention how much harder it is to find your golf ball compared to your disc. Reason number 4 would be beginner's ease. It is much easier for beginners to learn and enjoy and stay invested in the game. Not to mention, you only really need one disc to play, so it can be lent from someone else. There's certain discs that are just easier to throw, whereas with regular golf, it takes a ton of practice, a ton of devotion, and there's still a ton of people who just can't hit the ball. Reason number 5, the final reason, is the level of enjoyment. Simply put, disc golf is much easier to enjoy than regular golf. It's a birdies game and not a par to bogey game, so you can get the scores that you would ideally like to have. Not to mention, you can bring your own drinks, you can bring your own food, you can bring your own substances, course depending. So you can really bring anything you'd like to the course. Also, the friendlier environment. There's just a friendlier environment with disc golf compared to regular golf. Regular golf has this prestigious, depending on the course, mentality that, hey, we're better than you. And they also tell you, what to wear, how to dress. I remember playing at one course and they told me that my shirt needed to be tucked in and that my ankle socks were too short, and they directed me into the clubhouse to buy a better pair of socks. And the last thing towards this enjoyment factor is really that you're making less of an impact on the environment. The courses are smaller, they're not fertilized to death compared to regular golf where they take vast amount of spaces, they really interrupt the natural environment. So, when you're playing disc golf, you just know that you're making less of an impact. So there you have it. Those are 5 reasons as to why I made the switch to playing disc golf more consistently than regular golf. Perhaps I missed something, or perhaps you disagree. Please let me know in the comments below. Merci beaucoup et à bientôt.